recipes from today on our website. But now it's time for Jeanette.
OK, folks, a good morning first. We are about to patch you through to some genuine astronauts. Ground control to Kiwi Space. Are you receiving us, Harry and Bruce? Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Kia ora, we're receiving you loud and clear.
Fabulous, that is a good start. You guys, you've just come back from your trip to Mars.
We have indeed.
Tell us about Mars.
Mars was amazing. It was a life-changing experience, and the fact that we had to do it here on Earth made life much easier. But we wished we had the culinary skills that we've just seen before with us there, because it would have made life so much easier.
Oh, wouldn't it
Yeah.
just? So just to clarify this for everyone, you were actually in the middle of the Utah desert.
Yes, that's correct.
OK,
Yep.
talk to me about what you were in and how you operated for a couple of weeks, weren't you there?
We were in a basically a 10-metre tin can for 2 weeks, and we a simulation looking at the settlement or colonisation of Mars. So we did a lot of stuff in there and also outside, just to simulate what it would be like on the red planet.
Why did you do it?
We went there for producing school resources for kids to do inspirational work, and to get people in New Zealand to be into space.
Absolutely.
To look into space stuff, because space is very wonderful.
Absolutely, and the kids could interact with you, couldn't they, when you were
They
there?
could. Yeah, I'm a high school teacher by profession, and I managed to actually online chat to over 500 students from the Wellington region and, of course, across New Zealand, talking to them about space sciences and why we were there, doing what seemed like a really crazy mission, but got a great response from them. We had a great time.
We also had Carter Observatory as mission control, and they made life easier for us, so it was great.
It sounds amazing. Very small, very cramped quarters that you were living in. What was it like to be existing like that for 2 weeks?
It was wonderful. My is the second time there. I'm a returning resident, and I just thought was such an amazing experience and out of this world, and like nothing you have ever seen, that I felt compelled to bring back a New Zealand crew.
I'm picking, though, given your earlier comment about the food, it wasn't that flash? Was it out of a packet, dehydrated peas, things like that?
We were under a study from NASA with Cornell University, and they were trialing dehydrated food on us, so we had to cook, and yeah.
Yeah, the food itself, we had two types of food. We had pre-packaged food that we could actually just add water to, and then we could have dry ingredients that we cooked with. I must just say, cooking was a lot better because the pre-packaged stuff wasn't that flash. But I gave you an indication of what it was like eating as an astronaut.
I bet it was, absolutely. And also an appreciation of what they get around, and you were geared up head to toe with the astronaut suit.
Yes, we would have. Every time we would go outside of the hub, we had to wear this. It was not a spacesuit per se, it was a mock-up. And it was made out of a helmet and a breathing apparatus, and you had gloves in your hands. They were like ski gloves. So you were very limited in all your senses. So everything you were doing was, you know, feeling your breath. You couldn't talk to people unless you had the radio on.
Wow.
You couldn't touch stuff. Yeah.
So when you went outside, what were you simulating the sorts of things that you would do if you were on Mars?
Yes, and we actually did real science. We created school resources for schools back here in New Zealand, and we were picking rocks, we were studying the geology of the place, we were looking for water, so...
Yeah. And it's great to actually just learn about the geology of the place. It's not like here in New Zealand where if you go down to the river, there's a couple of different types of rocks. There are heaps of different types of rocks. I've had the opportunity to talk to some schools already about this, and being at correspondence has been really great, because I can actually communicate online with students as well.
This must be so engaging for the kids too, to have this hands-on sort of opportunity to talk to you while you were there, and then obviously to have you visit them as well.
Yes, it was, and we're planning actually to continue this by bringing a NASA program called Spaceward Bound here in New Zealand, perhaps next year, so that we will be able to take these children that are now in the school and the teachers, and with the NASA crew, to go outside in New Zealand and look at our rocks from here, because New Zealand has a lot to teach to the world about the space exploration.
Absolutely. So what do you see as coming next for you guys, Kiwi Space?
Spaceward Bound, definitely. And probably another KiwiMars expedition next year under the aegida of Spaceward Bound as well, back to MDRS, so we will have two of them.
Absolutely. Exciting news today too with the touchdown of the Dragon little capsule coming from the space station. Are you up to school on all of that?
Absolutely. We were watching it with high interest and looking to see how it happened, because this is history we're living through this historical moments. It's just amazing. It is extraordinary.
It's important to actually get that across to the next generation as well, because they could be living in this whole living thing of actually being on Mars. It could be that far away.
Do you reckon? Living on Mars?
Absolutely.
Why not?
I mean, as you say, it is important to get our kids engaged and get them excited about what science and space travel and all of that for the future. What plans do you have coming up in order to keep these kids motivated?
To engage them in more space-related activities, because even if they're not going to be working in space sciences, they will have the inspiration from space, and I think this is very...
Yeah, it's important as a science teacher to actually make sure that they've got good resources. That's why the resources are being created, so they actually know what's happening up to date in terms of what's happening out in space.
Absolutely. Well, you're halfway there. You're doing the right things, you two. Harry and Bruce, thank you so very, very much. We're glad you made it home safely.
Thank you.
Good stuff, you guys. Indeed. For more info on Kiwi Space and their Mars mission, you can head to our website, stick it in your favourites and show the kids later. It screams Gold Star School Project. That